Welcome to another Explainer. Today, we're getting into a genuinely fascinating lecture out of Hwaseong, South Korea, and it tackles something we all think about, how to actually live a good life. But we're not talking about simple life hacks here. This is a massive, visionary roadmap that completely flips our default settings on success, legacy, and even how we use technology. If you've ever felt like the modern treadmill of success is missing something essential, you're definitely going to want to stick around for this breakdown.
Okay, let's dive into this outline. Our roadmap today has 4 key stages. First, redefining true happiness. Second, embracing the social parent role. Third, earning genuine global respect. And finally, achieving generational harmony using AI.
Let's kick things right off with Section 1, redefining true happiness, and breaking away from our modern assumptions.
So here's the big question. What does it actually mean to live well? We live in a society that is totally obsessed with accumulation, right? But the source material asks us to really pause and rethink that equation. You can't just walk up to a business leader and expect a one-sentence secret to a joyful life. We've kind of gotten stuck on a really superficial level, thinking our happiness is directly tied to our purchasing power or our job title. And according to this lecture, by doing that, we are missing the absolute core of human satisfaction. I love this comparison from the source. On the left side, you have the old, outdated view of success. The speaker actually jokes like, does living well just mean eating expensive beef or lamb? And the answer is emphatically no. Material wealth is a totally flawed metric. Instead, the real definition of true happiness is over on the right. It comes exclusively from earning genuine respect from the people around you. It's a massive mindset shift from just consuming things to actually contributing to society.
It basically boils down to this really simple equation. Respect equals happiness. The lecture makes the case that if you're truly happy, it's because society, your peers, the citizens around you, are actively validating you with their respect. Think about it. If you are a leader, but literally no one below you actually respects you, are you really leading? Can you be happy? No way. When you live a life that earns genuine respect, your own personal wishes just naturally, almost effortlessly start falling into place. Which brings us to Section 2, the social parent role. And this represents a monumental shift in our societal identity.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the concept of the social parent. This is the absolute linchpin of the entire explainer. Because if earning respect is the secret to happiness, how do we actually go about earning it on a meaningful scale? Well, the text argues you have to adopt this specific identity. A social parent is someone who looks at the problems in their community and says, okay, these are my responsibility. You aren't just trying to quietly survive in the world, you're stepping up as a caretaker for humanity, treating citizens with the exact same deep dedication a parent has for their own child.
So, what does a social parent actually do? We're not just talking about volunteering for an hour on the weekend. We're talking about tackling the absolute root causes of societal pain. They zero in on massive, ambitious goals, like literally eradicating tragedies like suicide. They focus on leading global welfare research, building entirely new cultural paradigms, and creating innovative education systems. The idea is that by pouring our collective energy into these huge public goods, we generate the kind of profound, widespread respect that leads to true societal happiness. All right, let's move right into Section 3, earning genuine global respect, and specifically, South Korea's role on the world stage. The source lays out this incredibly logical, reliable formula for global influence. It's like a chain reaction. Step 1, you must serve humanity, or what the source calls contributing to human co-prosperity. You're basically building the blueprints for global welfare. Step 2, when you do this freely and joyfully, the nation earns the genuine respect of the international community. And then Step 3, this is the best part, because you are universally respected and looked to for leadership, resources, wealth, and investments just naturally flow right to you. The speaker actually insists you don't even need to stress about the economy if you nail Step 1. And they put a really bold timeline on this transformation. The speaker claims that if citizens fully embrace the social parent role right now and apply that energy, in just 10 years, South Korea will earn the genuine respect of the entire world. 10 years. That is a wildly fast, incredibly optimistic view of how quickly a nation can pivot from internal economic competition to becoming a globally revered exporter of social welfare. This brings us to the 3 to 7 rule, which totally reframes how we think about legacy. The lecturer argues that true leaders of the future won't just hoard generational wealth to pass down to their kids. Actually, scratch that. They will leave exactly 30% to their children and dedicate a massive 70% to societal foundations and humanity. The speaker playfully brings up the old Vatican selling tickets to heaven and says, look, dedicating 70% of your life's work to humanity, that is the actual organic way to secure a profound spiritual legacy.
And that brings us to our final section. Generational harmony in AI, looking at the practical tools for the future.
And this brilliantly illustrates how we actually pull this off. To make a vision this massive a reality, you need unprecedented teamwork, right? Look at how the lecture views different generations. It's one unified system. The baby boomers, they are viewed almost like living ancestors connected to a higher, broader perspective, the sky. The X generation acts as the vital bridge connecting that older wisdom to the modern world. And the digital generation, the youth, they're the ones actively working in the field with all that energy. You literally cannot separate these groups. They have to function together as a single, cohesive unit to generate real societal power. To really ground this grand vision, the speaker uses an awesome historical analogy. They point to the 33 Korean independence activists who historically sparked the movement for the nation's freedom. When they first started out, they didn't look wealthy or powerful or grand at all. They looked totally ordinary, but they made history. The message here is, do not worry if you're starting small or feeling unpolished today. Every great history-making shift starts from humble beginnings.
Moving to the practical, everyday advice. First, as we just mentioned, the X and digital generations have to merge into one completely unified team. Second, and I absolutely love this, do not fear artificial intelligence. The lecture says we need to use AI playfully as a collaborative partner. The speaker even admits they hate reading long, dense documents and suggests we should actively speak and discuss ideas with AI to do our research. And the biggest key overall, joy. It's about happily sharing information and building a really close-knit, supportive community environment.
Which leaves us with this final, really provocative thought. Everything in this Hwasong lecture, earning respect, becoming a social parent, teaming up across generations, playing with AI, it is not about carrying some miserable, heavy burden for the world. It is entirely about joy. It all stems from a desire to live a genuinely fun, deeply connected life. So, looking at this blueprint for a new societal paradigm, here's my question for you. Are you ready to step up, use the tools at your disposal, and playfully build this new world together? I really hope this explainer gave you a fresh perspective on what it means to truly live well. Keep questioning, keep learning, and we'll catch you in the next one.